Welcome, guys. Merry Christmas. Today we're discussing our top 5 Christmas films. Boom. Let's kick it off, Steve.
So at number 5 we have Deck the Halls. Now this is a modern Christmas film. You know, I don't think it's that old now.
Yeah,
maybe like 10.
Something like that,
yeah, about 10, 15 years old. Basically, it stars Danny DeVito. What a legend! What a legend! I can't remember anyone else in it.
Yeah.
Maybe I think Cameron Diaz. There we go. That's the woman in it. Basically, the whole premise of this film is he's a guy. You know, he's called Buddy. That's his name. And he's just an average guy. He's a car salesman, sells people cars. He sells the car dealership's car back to him. He's really funny.
Wow.
But his whole premise is he just wants to see his house from space with Christmas lights.
And doesn't he get a bit of competition going on?
He does.
As well.
Him and his neighbour have this horrible competition going on. And he's stealing his neighbour's electricity, and the neighbour kicks off and stuff and basically ruins Christmas for him and his family. And the whole point of it at the end, the big overarching story is family is more important than anything else. And that's it. And I love that.
Touch, and that's what Christmas is about.
It
sometimes.
Is. And number 4, Miracle on 34th Street. Richard Attenborough's best film, hands down.
You know what? I disagree slightly on Steve's David Attenborough, Richard Attenborough being the best film.
It is the best film, I agree.
Do you know what? I agree that it should be on our top 5 list because it is an iconic.
And he thinks you're Santa Claus. I am.
He plays such an iconic Santa.
Do you know what? Whenever I envision Father Christmas, it's that one. It's Richard Attenborough's take on it. It's perfect, down to the costume details.
It is. Absolutely.
Everything's amazing on it. I love it. Ben loves the girl in it as well, Matilda, whatever her name is. I can't remember her name. He loves that actress.
As much as I dislike certain characteristics of the film, it holds up purely on the basis that it is a fantastic Christmas film and it's got a great sound.
And I think at the end of the day, I love the message from it is basically just have a little faith.
Yeah.
You know, in God we trust. That famous handing of the note. Yeah. It just says, in God we trust. And the judge is like, well, if we can trust in God for the money, we can trust that this man is Santa Claus. And that's it. And I love that little takeaway. A little bit of magic at Christmas. Perfect.
And that's
Ben,
what we need.
What's number 3?
Number 3 is a great classic from the man himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was in every film going back
forever. All the films, man.
Yeah, constantly. But this is Jingle All the Way.
These guys are looking for a Turbo Man? A gentleman dog, yes. They're looking for Turbo Man.
Hey, everybody, these two are looking for a Turbo Man.
Where the story is he's wants to buy his kid a toy, he's too busy, he doesn't have time, and then when he realises what his kid wants is the latest trend, Turbo Man.
Turbo Man's only the hottest selling Christmas toy ever.
And he's on like the last few days, but basically he's done the classic dad thing. It's got to the 24th of December, he's gone, oh, what does my kid want? And like his mum's gone, he wants Turbo Man, and he's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And like at one
True
point,
quotidian style.
Exactly. And at one point he goes to this factory and he finds a Turbo Man. He's like, oh, I've got it. And it's Spanish, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's El Turbo Man.
El Turbo Man. But then he goes through this thing where he tries to have a bit of competition with someone else who's doing the same thing he's doing. And it's great because in the end he becomes Turbo Man himself. And
I love that the kid is like, to the other guy's kid, he's like, oh, you can have my Turbo Man action figure because my dad is Turbo Man.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's so nice to hear kids say, you're my hero. It's
all about that kind of
fantastic,
metaphor
guys.
of the thought that counts, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just think, like I said, it's that, like, my parents really a hero. And imagine, you know, when your kid says that to you, that's banging, mate.
Absolutely.
Right then, on to number 2, and my wife's favourite Christmas film. This is, mate. Okay. Go on, take us through it, Ben.
This is Santa Claus.
And children were dreaming of the presents Santa would bring.
You!
The unthinkable happened.
You killed him.
The Santa Claus, mate.
The Santa Claus, which is Tim Allen.
It is Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, and he is a average dad. And one day,
well, he's quite a shit dad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a below quotidian dad. But he hears some action on the roof one day, and he goes out to investigate. And basically, he gets rid of Santa and becomes Santa.
He does. And I like the fact that he's on the roof, and like any dad would do, like, "Oi, what are you doing? Oi, oi, oi." And like Santa falls off and he goes, oh, that's a nice looking jacket. And can't let that jacket go to waste.
I'm just going to put that on.
And then off he goes as Santa. Santa Claus is just an iconic film, isn't it? You go through all this thing and he's getting fat and he gets thin again and he's up and down. And man, I love it. I even think number 2 is decent.
Yeah, they're making a new one.
They're not making a new one. They're making a TV series called The Santa Clauses. and that airs soon on Disney Plus. And obviously, we're gonna end up watching that.
Yeah,
mate.
of course we are.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
Santa Claus, what a film, fantastic. Right, Ben, tell us your number one.
So my number one is The Grinch.
I guess I could use a little social interaction.
Not this animated rubbish that Benedict Cumberbatch churned out, but the Jim Carrey version. That is a true Christmas film. It's also my wife's favourite Christmas film as well. And there's just something about it, the prosthetics of the Who girls with the noses.
Yeah.
That was when Jim Carrey was in his finest, in his glory days.
You
know what I mean?
When he's there and he starts eating the glass bottle.
Yeah, crunching it.
And he's in the thing and he's like, the Grinch.
And he has that weird walk where he goes and pushes out his back and whatnot.
it's just everything, his facial features and the lot, and what a film.
Yeah, I think you can't go anywhere without thinking of Christmas, without thinking of The Grinch.
The problem is with me with The Grinch now is when I watch it, I love it, but if you ever watch Big Bang Theory, Sheldon's mom is the Grinch's love interest in it.
Okay, wow.
And it always blows my mind now, because obviously Sheldon's mom's this hard stuck-up woman.
Interesting.
Right,
Yeah.
on to the more important thing, my number
Here
one,
we go.
and that is A Muppet's Christmas Carol.
Every day, in every way, Scrooge is getting worse.
Of all the Christmas Carol films, this is the best one. Scrooged is good with Bill Murray. I love that film. It's a good film, but it's not the Muppets Christmas Carol. Michael Caine as Scrooge, it's fantastic. The narration, everything's beautiful. I just love that film. And this year on Disney, they finally got the full version with all the songs. That one missing song that's always missing, it's on there. It's in 4K. I can't wait to watch it. As soon as it hits December the 1st, man, I'm going to bloody watch it. That thing comes on, it's mine. I'm having it.
Brill.
As you can tell, I really like that film.
Yeah, I mean not so much. I'm not a fan of the Muppets, but anyway.
You don't like the Muppets? Oh, you
don't
big
like Muppets.
loser.
I've never liked the Muppets.
You like...
Not a fan of Kermit, the over talkative and slightly annoying frog.
Okay then. Right, guys, one last thing before we go. We've got to have the honourable mention, haven't we? And that is Die Hard, guys. It's not Christmas till Hans Gruber has fallen off the Nakamura Tower.
Now, this is controversial because Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's an action film set around the Christmas period.
At Christmas?
In December.
At Christmas.
No,
it's a Christmas
It's not
film.
a Christmas film. It's stupid.
You know what,
You've got a
guys?
guy with guns shouting...
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
He says Merry Christmas, yippee-ki-yay.
And you know what? It shouldn't be anywhere near a Christmas film.
You know what, guys? Let us know in the comments if you think Die Hard's a Christmas film. Anyway, Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Take care.
Catch you soon.